$3. He said, I don't even need a car. What I need a car for? He said, I don't need no car. My food don't even cost that much. I go shopping. I can spend $50 to get a whole thing of groceries.
That sounds about right.
He's saying, he was saying, man, I'm living in a luxury apartment. Not no. This is a condo. He in a goddamn condo.
Brother, I can believe it.
Living nice.
I do remember when I was in Thailand. I had a $20 bill was 5,000 baht. So I had a luxury room with the air conditioning, with the damn, with the everything in it, all the amenities, man.
Yeah.
And yeah. Man, a $20 bill was worth 500 baht, and that was back then. All right. Yeah. So I can only imagine.
Jay said, I ain't moving back. He said, why would I move back? He said, and he like, only work one job. He said, only work one job.
That makes sense, man. After jiu-jitsu, somebody grab that James over. After we trained the other at the pit the other day, me and the brother went to the grocery store, and I bought just a few things because I knew the little guys, was coming over. So I went and bought some stuff, and I had like 70. I had 4 little bags, and it was $75. I was like, God damn, and I'm sitting and I'm thinking. I remember going to the mother, and when we would have 2 full grocery carts overflowing, and it was $200. It was $200 for 2 overflowing grocery carts. All right. And because because we would fill up. We had the refrigerator
and deep freezer.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, and that was way back then. But I'm like, and I'm looking at these little bags, and I'm looking at this cart and how these little bags fit in this cart. I'm like, God damn, this shit and the quality and all we eat is poison, man. Yeah, go ahead and bring out this scripture.
I got James chapter 5 verse 1. It says, "Those who now you rich men eat and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you. And you shall eat your flesh as it were fire."
Right. So and the rest of it is a witness against them because of all the inflation and the debt that's attached to the crypt. I mean, to the what they call fractional reserve currency, which is the U.S. All right, it's coming back to bite them in the ass because it's a witness against them. Nobody wants to use it anymore.
Right.
All right, and that's why more and more NATO EU nations are turning toward China to join on with BRICS with Russia, as Japan just did.
That's another sign that we're at the end.
That's another sign we're at the end. And I never thought I figured Japan would ride just a bunch of dumbasses, but you remember that that one guy who came from a Shogun bloodline. All right, he's one of the people in charge now, and he said that Japan's honor must be restored against the West. So I only take that one way. Right? Especially when you used to watch all them old
Shogun, right? So much. Sunday Samurai.
That means to be restored. That means somebody about to get hacked to pieces and shit about to go down.
Japan is a big supplier of chips. They make a lot of chips.
Well, Taiwan, and that's why they're fighting for that area. Yeah, Taiwan. Which is why they're fighting over that to begin with. The other was talking about how the eye is going to be there because it's U.S. and Taiwan that are basically fighting to use them chips to basically.
And see, and the thing is that's a fight that America can't lose, especially without Japan. You got the Marine bases there, naval bases there.
Right.
All right. All in Okinawa. So no, Japan not with America. What do you think is already happened to all them bases there?
They asked them.
That shit that's over. And the people of Okinawa have been trying to get those big military bases off that island for decades, man. And they done fucked that island up. The Marines had fucked up those jungles. They are full of plastics and poisons and shit. All kind of chemicals. The water all fucked up. They done fucked that island up, man.
They asked a political commentator that was basically a Republican. They basically told him that if Mexico would be a threat, if they were looking to join BRICS, would that put them in a position where then they'd be a threat and action would be taken against them? So the United States is isolating itself from Canada and then from one of their largest partners, which is trade partners, which is Mexico right now.
Uh-huh.
And he basically said, well, by Mexico applying to BRICS, what does that mean, or what does that imply? And it basically said that they can be listed as a threat to come after them because they're our partners, because they're at our border. And then they're like, oh, kind of like Ukraine, and they're like,
shit, right.
Yeah, they're like,
right, exactly. They didn't want to shut up or finish that, brother. And I think Sim Benji is sitting on something. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, he treasured together for the last day.
Pause.
Damn.
Brother.
Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah, man. So look, the Lord heard the cries of the Israelites, and the Lord sees even the wickedness that you do to even the heathen nation. Because guess what? Those heathen nations belong unto us, man.
That's right.
The Lord said they were all created for our sakes.
God, and
Right.
then
Those are our damn heathen. And so everything that so that their whole substance, their whole heritage, their whole posterity, we're supposed to be getting a portion of that as being the Lord's elect and chosen people, man. Right? And Esau has set up a false system so that he can receive that. And look what it's doing. It's failing. It's imploding on itself. Everybody about to pew each other. All right?
And they can stop the shit. But Esau just so wicked, he ain't gonna do it. You know, another thing with that TikTok shit, a lot of people been buying a lot of herbs from China that you can't get in the United States.
Oh yeah.
So they been getting a hold of a lot of the different herbs that you can't get here. It's been helping people.
A lot of doctors
They
just
been
spoke
talking
up.
about that shit.
I got a couple videos that I downloaded from TikTok, which I imagine with this new owners, they probably gonna delete those videos. But you know, the doctor talking about the whole seat thing, you know, can't really bring it up.
Right.
But he just said, I'm tired of the lies and I'm tired of not speaking up. And he just went in, and it's insane how much evidence proved that everything we said negative about it is absolutely fucking true. All right, you know, and you know, with people who took the Band-Aid, all right, we're gonna call it that.
That are
You
still
know,
getting sick.
that are still getting sick, and especially the people who took multiple Band-Aids, and then we have that info that we got from Chicago PD via the fire department and within Chicago's law enforcement, that message that went out from them about you know, about all the sudden death and the myocarditis and all the, you know, and all the other shit that that's fucking people up. Women can't have babies, men can't produce the sperm to make babies. They really have fucked people up, man. All right, and then Biden, you know, blocks. He puts a block on lawsuits from any of the Band-Aid companies to 2029.
Yeah.
So it's like they're pretty much admitting. Why would you need to do that? And then why would you need to you know, exonerate or pardon, give a guy a pre-pardon?
Right.
Yeah.
That little fucking, you know, weasel. Why'd you have to give him a pre-pardon? Why? Because you know that Trump is getting ready to bring the ruckus concerning all that shit. So all them people are afraid of, you know, not to mention that the Diddy list came out. So it's right there with it. So there's a lot of Edomites on that list. A whole lot of
Powerful people.
very big, powerful Hollywood people and names and, you know, and royal people and shit like that, you know. But anyway, you know,
They don't need them no more though.
like we said, the more important issues that are happening is being ignored, man.
Right.
As these rich men are starting to howl. That's why they complain. That's why they try to make it political. When the only really political issue is over currency, over who's going to control the world reserve currency, and how we were listening to that a-hole Adolf that called into the show, you know, and basically gave you the breakdown that making America great is all about the support of white supremacy and making America what we were saying all along. When exactly was America great? And he just said, well, you know, when white people was controlling it. Basically, when I could shoot you, slap you, get my pickup, and drag your daughter out to the woods, rape her as much as I want, and drop her ass off, and when shit happened to me. And if your son spoke up, we beat his ass and hang him from a fucking tree. Right. And then we go to school and church the next day, like it never happened.
Thank you, Lord.
And speak to you. You're right. Wish you a good morning when we walk by your house, like you never fucking did.
No shit.
That's in their mind when America was fucking great.
It's like, it was worse than that. They didn't do it the next day like it didn't happen. They boasted about it.
Yeah, there you go. I finished. There it is,
Sent
Benji.
postcards. This is the queue we had last week. Look at this hanging.
The
You still
picnic.
see the picnic. You still see the
Picnic.
postcards today.
That's
They
right.
bragged about this shit.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
done
say-
with that?
I'm done, brother. You
That shit just
Uh-huh.
pisses me
Say
off.
some
Bro,
foul
this is
shit.
a back two, and
Say some foul shit. Like, how's you doing?
I'm gonna start at 5.
As usual, man.
Start at 5, right? Well, I'm starting at 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Either keep it their home, whose largest desire is hell, and is as death. That's why they destroy wherever they set up their military bases at, they marine base, whatever they destroy. Even in Hawaii, which is part of America, they own fucking land they took over, really. All right, they fucked them up down there, man.
Yeah, Crystal Meth going crazy.
Fuck them
Lot
up.
of
The
homeless, too.
pollution, yeah.
and they fucked up the water. Yeah, the majority of the homeless the majority of the homeless population in Hawaii are actual Japhetic people who are native to the land.
Mhm.
Right.
All the people that are living deliciously are the whites and the Japanese that are there.
Yeah.
Right? But the majority of the Hawaiians, you know, are living really bad, man. They living in projects and shit.
Yeah.
And the ones that are not living in projects, you know, rolling around like they're in LA somewhere with fucking lowriders with fucking, you know, dark glasses on and bandanas and shit. Crip walking fucking 400-pound, 1,000-pound
Samoans.
you know, Japhetic dudes.
Just Japhetic.
They put it in that.
Crip walking and shit. But the other the ones that are not living like that, ghetto ass out. They living on the beaches. Bro, but see that's the thing, is that in Hawaii, just like in Puerto Rico, you know, food grows in the wild. So they living in tents and shit on the beach, on the edge of the beach by the jungles and shit.
They can still pick
And
fruit.
so you can just pick fruit off the tree, you know, and eat. You can go fishing. You right by the oceans, by the rivers and lakes and shit.
They put it in that movie Lilo and Stitch, and another movie showing how they fucking over the they showing you how they fucking over the Japhet is over there. How they got them all living on the beach and basically in slavery, basically.
Damn.
Then those never wings. Well, you saw set their bases up, marine bases, military bases, army bases, whatever it is. They fuck the damn citizens up, man. They rape them bitches.
Yeah.
All right, they get drunk in bar fights. You trained and just beating up the locals. You know, they do a lot of little shit. But this back in two, it's the same thing in Japan. Like the other man was talking about, right? And it says death that cannot be satisfied, but gather to him all nations, people to him all people. Shall not always take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, both to him that increases that which is not his, how long? And to him that laid into himself with thick clay, which thick clay means heavy debt. And American debt is it can never be paid off.
No.
It's too high.
Which makes America the biggest hypocrites when it comes to their credit ratings on their citizens. Because the government is defaulted on its debt, but yet they'll tell you that you have 400 credit, he has 600 credit, he got 700 credit. But then what about you people? What's your credit when you can't pay any of your bills?
Right.
And you created a debt-based money.
Right.
How the fuck do you get to decide? So this is an unjust,
Right.
It's even more unjust than that. Once they made those new deals, they sold every single U.S. citizen to the government through the IRS and the Social Security bonds and your birth certificate.
Yep.
So according to United States and the Supreme Court law, every debt that you owe is liable by the United States government because they have ownership of you. So they do is make you work and double dip and make you pay them back your own debt that the government's supposed to be paying back.
Yeah.
So the government is making trillions of dollars, taxing, making what the ban for the Fed. The corporations are making their money.
And how is a system like that supposed to just stay?
It can't, because all they do is print more money.
I got a precept.
Bring it out, brother.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. Know you not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. And like the elder was saying, man, that's hella hypocritical. Like the people
that got the worst credit score in the world will deny you something because of your credit score, man.
Yes.
That's blatant hypocrisy.
When all they do is they default on their own and just print more.
And just print more.
Oh, you want some money? Ukraine will go ahead and just print more. Turn the prints off.
Right, but if you print some shit, they want to put you under their print.
Yeah, counterfeiting.
Because the crazy thing is, when you apply for credit, you applying for your own shit.
Your
That's
own
right.
shit.
And then they not supposed to deny you.
They
on
can't
your own
deny you
basis
unless
against
you
the
don't
law.
know the law. If you don't check them, which 99% of people, I'm talking Esau and Jake, it doesn't matter. 99% of the people don't know the real system behind the system. So when you go to buy you the car and then they turn around and for 2 hours they're on the phone calling the back. For 2 hours, they're going to the treasury, getting the full payment, and then set up. Now you got to pay me
With interest.
With interest, and if you don't, I'm going to take the car back on top of I already got paid.
That's how you know the system is about to collapse.
Yes.
And you
Because
see that
you got American citizens that are actually accessing
Yeah,
their
the treasury.
their treasury now because because of what, the internet, right? All that
That's really right. They want to get rid of TikTok.
that's the written that they want to get because a lot of that information. A lot of the information on a lot of the programs that they got going on that are completely crooked and illegal according to the law of the land. Title 4D being one of them, and a lot of that is on TikTok. A lot of lawyers and ex-lawyers and ex family support workers and IRS workers are telling you, giving you the true skinny.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and then so what people don't realize is that it's true that your social security number is connected to a bank account that's worth millions. All right, is worth millions, and that if certain people have the knowledge to access it, and then you can use your own social security number to pay off debts and purchase shit.
Fiduciary.
Yeah, fiduciary, exactly, brother. Yeah,
You might know.
So exactly. So you become the because I got papers in the mail. For the code, basically no one can touch my social security number. They have to actually have an access code to do it now. So certain people can't come after your bank account and shit like that. But see, they don't want citizens to know and understand that sort of thing. Because if everybody did it, then you could be just like them.
That's right. That's why they took civics out of the schools too. So you don't have access to the full law to know your full ramifications of what you can do.
Yeah.
Back in college and high school, you were taught civics. And I'm talking about the inner mechanism of the court, the system, the law, the whole nine. They don't teach it anymore.
Yeah, they took that away in the early 80s for the most part.
But as more people get hip, the thing is they just gonna change the goalpost.
Yeah, there you go. There it
The
is.
whole thing, that's exactly it, Yaki. The whole thing with the chip is free or bond, rich or poor. So it don't matter if you get your straw man and cancel it.
Exactly.
They don't give a fuck.
They
Free
don't.
or bond.
They gonna just the horns just gonna come out and say, "Let our strength be the law of justice."
That's what we get into because that's what we get into because all this is going to lead up to the rebellion because people are starting to defeat the system and they can't have that.
Exactly.
So like you said, they just gonna just pull off the mask.
It wasn't for you, kids.
Right. They just
the devil.
Surprise niggas.
They gonna put, you gonna think it's a devil mask. You gonna pull off the mask. It's still the devil. You know. And you gonna like, look, we the devil. We the deceivers.
That's it.
Right. And right. So
Yeah, we change your shit around.
right. And look. So now we not asking you for it. We taking your shit.
That's it.
Right. And I'm about to send these robots and these super soldiers and all these
And
fucking
these drones.
right and to go exactly. And that's what they're about to do, man. That's what we're heading for.
Right. Hey, at the end of the day, you found us out. Well, hey, survival of the fittest.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Now find out the next thing we about to do.
Find out which FEMA kept you in. Let me just use this pin.
You know they get right, and you know they got them camps. You know they gonna have them camps for those people that there's no return.
That's right.
Then they gonna have the camps for the people that that's gonna take the stripes and be good little doing worker bees, good little worker ants. But then you they got those that they know are rebellious and gonna be on that fuck you. If I get my hands loose from these shackles. I'm putting them around your neck.
The red
So
list.
exactly. So they know that the difference between. It's kind of like the difference between 501c3 sellout camps,
Right.
and then people who really risk their lives and freedom to push the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, and those who taking payments and changing up the doctrine and thinking they gonna have an easy way out.
Oh, it's not, and they gonna have a reason to break it too.
And not teaching the flock that those days are coming.
That's right.
You know, like it's not gonna happen, man. It's like if you take that Band-Aid, you're not gonna get myocarditis or some shit or worse.
Well, they don't really believe in the Lord anyway. They
Clearly.
because if you believe in the Most High, you wouldn't even have to trust in this system. You trusted in Esau still.
That's
Yeah.
You know,
That's
so
right, bro.
what's
We
the
don't need
point?
a 501c3 to be tax exempt.
But if you want to live free, if you want to live good and live pleasurably,
Have some crazy
Right.
in my
See,
garage.
but you give credence to them because you don't need the 501c3. There's churches that went without the 501c3 and they stay small
You-
and they
you
take
just
their
gotta-
water
No matter
down.
how
You
big
just
the
gotta
church
say
is,
you
you can be a mega church.
Yeah, true.
I looked it up the last time I mentioned this. Yeah, you don't need it at all. That's
You can just
bullshit.
say you a church.
so they on bullshit.
Absolutely.
That's the point.
Then they, like he said, they don't believe in the Lord.
This
Man.
is This is back in Habakkuk 2. I'm gonna read this verse over. Do not always take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, "Woe to him that increases that which is not his." Woe means destruction. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And this goes back to that the gold and silver is cankered. All right, your proverbial gold. Now, for one, there's no more gold and silver. They put the whole world on a debt-based system when they got rid of the gold standard for the world. Braden Woods, that's right. All right, so now the whole world is on a debt-based system. Now the whole world is ready to burn her with fire, like it says in James 5. They should eat you with fire. All right, the whole world is fucking. No matter what happens next, when the dollar crashes, no matter how good these countries prepared themselves, their economies crash together.
Right.
Which is perfect because it allows for what the chip to be put and set up in place. That's the answer, right?
Hey, that song from something a small, one of those Hobbit movies. The dude was talking about we gonna all burn together.
Yeah.
You know, you just made me think about it, brother. They gonna all burn. Basically, he's saying when we go down, one of them movies. He's
That's my shit.
he says when we go down, we gonna all burn together.
I got something
That's
for
what
you.
they set up with. So
Okay.
it says,
That's not serious.
shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for buoys unto them. That's exactly what the elder Malcolm said in the midst of that James 5. What Japan says. We must restore honor to Japan against the West. These other countries are ready to, they realize they got a crappy deal. All right, you've been fucking them over, and that's Nahum, the 3rd chapter. All right, that's why it says the prancing horses. All right, the bodies in the streets. There will be invasions in America. These countries are pissed off, man. They fucked the world up, man.
That's right.
All right, and you tricked them to get on a damn debt-based system. All right, you gave them this fucking bullshit dream, all to be oppression. That's why this place is called the oppressing city.
Right.
America.
Hey,
Amara, bitter ka to you.
Right.
America by naming is, if you come over here, is bitter to you, whoever the fuck come over here.
Right.
And just I just want to say this from what you said. Don't think that Japan ancestors don't forget and remember Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Well, that's what the elder Malcolm was saying.
Yeah, because that was not, I was only 30, 40, 50 years ago, descendants upon descendants. They're looking at grandmama, great grandmama, oh, they got dropped on the bomb. That's still fresh.
They don't forget that.
Yeah, because that's fresher than slavery. So you know they remember that shit. That's why that young Shogun dude just said that you know the Japan's still needs to redeem its honor against the West. They have not forgotten.
They still got vaporware bodies.
Habakkuk 2:8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein. So, I gotta read the next verse. Both of him that coveted the evil covetous to his house, he may set his nest on high, he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people and hast sinned against thy soul. So East America and Esau in general, but mainly America, all you have left next is destruction. The whole world is against. Hey, what do you say? All you that been to both aimed to Babylon. You're fucked, man.
Perfect.
I got a scripture. This is Psalms 37. I'm gonna do 35 and jump to 38. Psalms 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spread himself like a green bay tree. 38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. So that's like you say, everybody wants to abandon this motherfucker and say, hey, let the chips fall where they lay. Let them fall where they go fall. So, hey, we go pull ourselves away from America and they money, they debt-based system and everything else. And wherever they wind up, let them wind up.
I got a quick. It's Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, of right grievousness which they have prescribed." Like these devils gonna try to just put their own bullshit anyway. So no matter how much you think that you gonna try to come against them, they're gonna just change every goddamn thing, any goddamn way, and put you with an MOTB, and then you're gonna have to be a total slave to their ass anyway, man.
Like Yak said, they moved the Gold Coast. That's what happened. I beat them in their own court of law. All right, and they changed the Gold Coast. The goalposts. All right,
Change the game.
They changed the game.
Change the game.
Right? They got around their own law quicker than that. You know, right? You gotta be quicker than that.
That's it.
give me that they should all burn with fire.
I got
that again, brother.
Oh,
The James 5.
Oh, yeah, this is James chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, "Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days." And it says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which of you is kept back by fraud, crying, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter."
Right. So you got this damn devil talking about some white supremacy to make America great again shit. Niggas are still in jobs. No, you hired niggas for cheap labor. In fact,
you hired spiggers for cheap labor.
Yeah, the only reason slavery so-called ended, quote unquote, it didn't. It just became corporate slaves. But the only reason it ended in America is the same reason it ended in England, which happened in England first. It was because if they continue to have free labor, there would be no need to hire crackers. So they said, well, let's go ahead and end slavery. Therefore, we can have a so-called job market. It was bullshit.
No,
we can have a fake job market for you crackers.
Right, because the poor crackers didn't have shit. Only the wealthy ones. All right.
All right.
But
so really, we did. Niggas was stalled. Like we wanted to be over here and working for your ass and getting paid cheap labor. All right, getting paid cheap for rigorous labor.
Right.
That's madness, man. You think niggas wanted to pick your cotton? You think niggas wanted to work in your steel mills before they had some sort of safety regulations?
Calm.
All right, you think niggas wanted to do that?
Right.
All right.
Niggas don't want to do it now.
That's madness, man. Hey, niggas would gladly trade spaces with you and let you go do that shit. And let you get fucked over while the company is making, just throwing a number out there, 40 million, and the whole workforce is making 10,000.
Come on, man.
Just to put a fraction to it.
Hey,
And that's how it is, man.
It was crazy too. These Edomites, these kids of the Edomites that was plumbers, that was in the steel mills, they told their kids to go to college.
Stupid.
A lot of these kids, they fucking soft and weak, man. They don't want to. Esau kids don't want to go work in a steel mill. No. They don't want to go. Hey, Jake,
want to sit behind the desk.
Right.
They don't work in tech.
They don't want to even do that.
Jake running to the steel mill like, well, you don't want it with, so they give it a job. And who the fuck want it? Because they gotta keep their company running, so they ain't got no choice.
Now.
You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I've been in the steel mill. They treat Jake like shit.
Anyway, still.
And then Esau, like, man, these motherfuckers will talk to you like literally like you a slave, and they want like literally.
And then they know you want that job, so they know if you know
they
you
talk
like
to you like
you see people get fired. So So guy that want to keep his car. Now you got a car, you got a house, you got
You in debt. You in debt. You in debt.
Right, you get debt. You got a wife, you got children. So so you like shit. If I run my mouth, if I punch this motherfucker, I'm gonna lose my job. So
Toby wants to stay, man.
Right.
Toby the good
Good
nigga.
boy.
Right.
Toby wants to stay.
Right. And then Toby gonna snap on other niggas.
Right.
Right.
To keep them in line.
Keep it down.
Right. You know, and they go, yeah, you a good boy, Toby.
Right.
Like, we gonna keep Toby around.
Toby be a good nigga.
Toby can stay.
Hey, but that goes into the scripture. The pit you dig, you gonna fall into it.
But look, I pulled up those lyrics, man. I wanna read some of them. This is from the name of the song is I See Fire, right? And fire is coming. And it says, oh, misty out the mountain below, keep careful watch over my brother's souls. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over Durham's sons. If this be the end and fire, then we shall all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, "Oh Father, stand by, and we will watch the flames burn up Auburn on the mountainside high. If we should die tonight, then we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time." So Esau knows that this is his time is up. And this dude is a Jake too. This old redhead. He just a pale ass nigga. He's
Ginger nigga.
Yeah, he's just a ginger nigga, exactly. But nevertheless, the song is heavy, man. It's heavy, and the Lord is about to bring fire upon Babylon. Mm-hmm. All right, and from its former friends and allies.
Right.
And his friends and allies don't feel like they're friends at all, man. Right? Like Juana always jokes about E2 Brutus.
Hey.
E2 Brutai. You know? Right.
And you know the old cliche saying, with friends like you, I don't need enemies.
Exactly.
I got special. This is
No kidding.
This is Revelations 12. I'm gonna start in 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and them that dwell in them, which is talking about the hopefully elect. So all this shit that's going on, the Lord telling us to rejoice, right?
Yep.
It says, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time.
He knoweth he has but a short time, so he gonna be treacherous as fuck, man.
Yes.
That was his movie. I'm forgetting the name of the movie, man, but it was about a Russian legion, a small group, not a legion, but a small group, like a recon group that got caught behind enemy lines.
Right.
And they were trying to get away, and this is one of the movies that proved that Jake was in the Roman army. That was, because that was a Jake with them, and it was, and they were scattered. They got fucked up in battle, and they were trying to run and get up out of there, and so they were all trying to make it back. And you had little pockets of them, like 2 or 3 of them here, 2 or 3 of them here. And this is one, the Jake is with the white dude, and the white dude is injured, and he trying to help him, and they running, and it wasn't even soldiers on their ass. It was a pack of fucking wolves.
Oh, damn.
All right, but they had their swords and some of their armor on, but they trying to do, and so the dude and the Jake is fast as fuck. So the dude's like, cried out, and so Jake went back to help him, and he slit Jake's hamstring, and he limped off. And left Jake to fucking fight to the death against the wolves and shit.
Wow.
You cannot trust, huh?
Never trust that enemy.
You can't give me that in second answers, man. And so America is showing its teeth, man. It is a ravening wolf, man. It's a fucking beast with rabies. Right. It's gonna bite you and you're gonna go mad and be alphabet and all kind of weird shit. Paint your fingernails. And just straight weird shit like that fighter last night. That shit was so fucking aggravating, man.
That's why he got his ass beat.
Yeah, he did catch the flop.
This is a rock 12.
Took away his power.
10.
And man, I'm gonna start at let me start at 8. It says a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hid in adversity.
Perfectly, because thinking on that movie. When they were drinking and being soldiers, he was his homie. Yeah. When he was in battle, they fighting together and clashing the swords, and but as soon as shit got bad, and it came down to
him or him.
right, and it wasn't like my man's had still been helping him the whole time,
Right.
you know. And he's like, fuck, you know, he realized, shit, I'm too slow, man. I ain't fast as this motherfucker. And he did what he did. And Jake gullible ass went back there to help him, you know, and he trying to help him up, and he hamstrung his ass.
Damn.
You know?
That's some bullshit.
And this nigga on the ground hobbling with a sword with a fucking pack of wolves coming at his ass.
Man, I'd have killed that Edomite right there and let the wolf eat his. I know what you're saying.
He wasn't expecting it.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You know, he was like, you know, if he knew the dude was treacherous, he just would have kept running. Right. You know? But that's why the Lord told us to never trust our fucking enemy.
Right. It says in the prosperity of a man's enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity even a friend will depart. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Mm-hmm. So you know that's why the scriptures say prove a friend, man. All right, because a friend gonna be there through thick and thin, man. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, that's why the Lord called the prophets his friends. But Esau, this nigga time and time again has shown you he your enemy. It's like the scriptures say, in his prosperity, your enemy gonna be grieved. Nigga, that's why Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma happened.
Yep.
That's why Black Wall Street. I mean, what's the other one in Chicago?
Rosewood.
The Black Bill. That's why that happened. That's why Bronzeville happened. You know, that's why that happened. Right? You know, because Esau,
the summer of 1919.
Yeah.
All them drowned towns, burned towns across America, man. Right, which was a plan. Well, that means that the Edomites, they didn't have cell phones, so they was on the tap. Morse code. It was Morse code. We gonna get these niggas. Man. I don't even, so they didn't think the phone had come out yet. So yeah, so they planned this.
Like you say,
this was a planned thing. So that means that city governments and everybody was in fucking involved.
That's it.
The Tulsa, Oklahoma, whatever.
Yeah.
The Air Force, the Army, and all Army. That's the only time all parts of the United States Army actually went in and took them down. There was never and ever an attack on American soil to even consider because they sent the air. They've sent. The military, the Air Force, the whole nine. They did the whole nine. They sent Air Force, the Army man, the tanks, the troops, the whole nine.
They dropped bombs on them.
Yes. And that's not the first time either. They've done that several times. Yep.
And this was
police dropped bombs in Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore.
1986.
Helicopter.
1986.
All J communities, man.
Yeah.
That scripture come to life because I remember when I was 16, this Edomite, he was an old ass. I think he was a fucking one of them elites. To be honest, one of them fucking elites. He dropped some money, and one of my guys went and gave him the fucking money. I'm like, why the fuck would he get this old ass Edomite the money? And the Edomite said, why would you give me this money? He said, after all the things we did to y'all.
They recognize what they recognize. They actually recognize.
You should have kept this money, and you should have kept this money and walked away with it. He said, because I would have did the same thing. I would have took this. I wouldn't have gave this.
Did he give him anything? Like, here you go.
He didn't even give him the money back.
No reward.
So
no reward.
He gave you some. I gave you some. Here's a tip for you.
You should have kept the money. Stupid.
Wow. Yeah, he would have kept it.
That was the crazy part. That didn't show you that he was saying that never trust your enemy. He was still letting us know that. And I'm like, and I'm just listening to him, but it dawned back to me because I'm like, damn, that was probably one of them fucking elites, man.
I think it was.
He was
He was a real Edomite that
told you the truth. I'm a snake.
Right. This verse 11. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So just because he act like he's doing
he's friend with you now, right?
All right, because look what Planned Parenthood did. Look what the Section 8 did.
Right.
It may seem like he was doing something good, but that's why you got a bunch of little monsters running around. These little niggas really have no no, they living in the fucking video game, man.
And
These niggas wild.
did you hear what Vance said?
The
His first
Yeah,
Vance
man,
said
them
shiesty.
Yeah, them
Right.
shiesty.
But Vance said his first his they asked Vance, the vice president, when you come in, what's your first thing that you're going to attack as vice president? He said, Section 8 and the fraud in it. So all them bitches have been working, living in Section 8 all them years.
But he's not gonna attack the fraud in Title 4D though.
Oh no. No. He don't go to the niggas
Oh,
that
no.
been taking
Oh,
Section
no.
8.
Well,
And
but,
that
it's,
is-
but it's more Edomites on Section 8.
Yeah.
Fuck his own.
No,
He
he's-
fuck his own
Yeah, you
people.
can fuck
them too. Anybody who's been using the system, according to them, and one of the nigga women who work for Section 8, she came out too and said, "Don't think that we don't know where y'all at. We don't think that we don't know
everybody.
what y'all doing when y'all doing other cities and y'all moving around." She said, "We see a paper trail for everything y'all do, and they're about to come." And basically, if you
Well, good. That's what them bitches get.
I'm happy for them.
All right. They chose the system over their man.
There it is.
They had all these goddamn kids
Badass
and
kids.
don't know. No, and then and right, and those are the same ones grow up and be shooting people in the gas station and shit.
And still,
Run around in tight ass jeans with masks on.
I mean, when you go to the
How you gonna
project,
say tight jeans?
With a Glock in his purse.
right.
damn.
Because when you go to these row houses, that's all that's in there. They not that when you go to the row houses, when you go, I worked in them. When you go to the Dearborns, when you go to Cabrini Green, the little row houses that's left, it's all the nigga woman. Ain't
It's all
no
women.
men in there. It's the nigga woman with their badass kids, man.
Oh, they
slept
boyfriend.
Right.
Or they boyfriends.
living in there legally.
Right.
Yeah, them niggas live with them hoes.
Come on, bro. We know.
No, they actual men. The father, their children don't live with them.
No.
The other niggas live
It
with
be,
them.
it be the little niggas that's cracking them at the time.
He said rotate the door. Whatever.
Thank you.
Right.
That's it. Like fresh fruit, Benji.
Yeah.
Whatever in season.
Bring it out, brother.
This Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right? He has an agenda behind everything, man. Even though it seems sweet and shit like that, the welfare, the Section 8, and this and that, he has a whole thing behind it, man.
Right.
This is war. It's been fucking war.
Hey, what's the other
Right. And the main goal was to destroy the family.
And they did
That's
that.
exactly what they did. And now that's very same system is destroying Edomites, white families.
Not every.
Now the same shit is happening to them. You got ghetto ass Edomite women with a whole bunch of baby daddies. The same and white dudes. All right. So the same shit is so the same shit. They doing the same shit. White women got multiple baby daddies that's fucking white.
And they get
All right. They doing the same damn shit, man. And so and now it's destroying their family. And then of course you do have a whole bunch of white girls. They got because there's a common joke among white people every time they see a white girl with a melanated baby, they just assume she's a single mom because Tyrone is gone. True. That's a joke.
Right. The funny thing is that they've done studies. If you take, they did it to animals, they did it to humans, and when they did humans, I'm talking about multicultural. You take, I don't care what group of people you would take. If you take all the resources out and give them limited resources, you take all their ways of making money out. I don't care what society. If it was, they did it with monkeys, they're going to start acting a fool and raiding the other monkeys and being what you call a terror or just a nigger. The same thing that would be for any other so-called race. It doesn't matter. So when America's doing over here into America, now everybody's a nigger. They're making Esau a nigger. They're making China a nigger. Whoever's over here who doesn't have an upper echelon, multi-billion-dollar level, it's no more middle class. It's either you fucking rich or you're fucking poor.
That's
right. They showing that in the new Squid Game season 2. When they was doing. I ain't gonna say too much, but this know what you just said. They was doing that, showing some nigga shit, bro. It was a lot of nigga shit going on.
It was based on the story too.
That shit wild.
Yeah, that's a spirit. I said it. Oh, too nice going live.
And right inside because the the damn Squid Games is like them inside the FEMA camps or some shit.
And they said it's based off a
It's
true
based off
story.
a true story.
They really had them games going on over there.
Yeah, I heard that it may be some truth behind it.
Yeah, it's really short.
They call
It
it
was
a
work camp or FEMA camp, like you said.
And yeah, so they said we're gonna play some games. You want to get out of here? This is what you got. If you survive, you get to go home or some shit.
They was still in their
You know
organs
what
too.
happened first? Remember years ago, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, the movie came out and the movie the bitch said, "Yeah, rich people really do this crazy shit."
The Hunt.
It was a wedding. It was funny.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
I know what he's talking about.
Because they used to worship the devil. They had to play.
She went over.
Hide and seek. That's what it was.
Hide and seek. Yeah, that's it. Hide and seek.
Yeah, you was about to put me onto it.
What do you mean when the chick went overseas to meet her Edomite family?
No, she brought the dude to the family. They was gonna get married.
Right.
But the tradition was they had.
And it was called hide and seek though.
Yeah. Remember the devil
Okay.
hide and seek at the
And
end.
then the whole family was like demonic as fuck.
Yeah, the devil at the end. The devil came in his seat. The devil appeared in the seat.
Yeah, he was. They had a seat empty in case he shows up.
Yeah.
He showed up.
Yeah.
It's not called hide and seek.
Yeah, but it's not called hide and seek though. That's
Damn.
yeah.
But they
That's
still
not
the
it.
game they play.
So that's the game. They play.
Yeah.
And they still
Ready or not? Elder?
Ready or
There
not.
we go.
Ready or not.
whoever I know people that died in the spirit game, they steal their fucking organs or their eyes and use them and then give it to more wealthier people. So the more
Wow.
wealthier people
It's
get
just
the
like it's just like they say that people who put organ donor on their license plates typically end up dead.
Yeah.
Especially if you're healthy. Because they got all your records. It's like, so it's an easy database.
Right.
So you figure if you some Rothschild type motherfucker, it's like, oh, said, oh shit, this nigga
He put down that
he's
he's
21. He's O positive. Oh shit, he's O negative. Though when you O, you could get
Right.
anyone.
and
Especially
especially
if you O, but if you O negative, that's me. All right. So if you O negative, you super special. So
that's fucked up.
oh no, because so am I. I mean, when I was in the Marine Corps, they told me I didn't know what the fuck he meant until someone explained it to me later. They said, "Shit, son, you go down, we put you on ice."
Damn.
So now I know because and guess what? Most Native Americans are O negative. Right? The majority of natives are O negative. That's why, and it says something about O negative and endurance and running and the strength. Yeah, so they want that O negative. But O negative is a universal They can donate to all blood types. But they can only receive blood from another O negative. So if you're not O negative get hurt, they fucked. Right. But they can actually donate to anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
So they showing in the Street Fighter games. They talk about the blood types. They say you O negative or this or that. They tell you that they've been programming motherfuckers for a long time, even in the fucking games, to let you know, like nigga, we coming to steal your fucking organs.
Wow. So once again, you put you put that information on your driver's license.
There it is.
It's just a tap, a few computer strokes, and they got all your information, and then and then you could just be met with an accident, make it look like an accident. Right?
There you go.
Or the white guys put on those prosthetic masks, and the prosthetic hands that come all the way up to their elbows. Put on the tight jeans and the shiesty.
And hook you up.
Right.
Hit him here.
Right.
You need that.
Exactly. So
hit him in his head. Don't
right.
Nowhere else.
Right. You want the organ, so they roll up and and do the thing. Right. And then they put it on the news. Look what these niggas are doing to each other. Yes, and then you think that this is we're not making this shit actually happens, man. All right. This is the type of things that they do, man.
In the hospitals too. And when you I was watching Evil, right? And Spirit had me, pick it back up. But they show you, and the dude in the hospital, he said, "Look, man, don't talk to these nurses. Don't be getting cool with them. Because us like this, we don't live too long in place. It always be some mysterious accident or a medical, something happened.
Yep.
When you in, you be fine. Then the next minute you gone. Yep. But they show you that the nurses and the doctors are in cahoots. And then it showed the Roman Catholic Church too, how they behind all that shit. and how they take your organs and they sacrifice you and take your fucking organs, man. You know, so in most hospitals are funded by what? The Catholic Church, St. James, Aunt Martha's, all the motherfuckers outside. Them are Catholic owned hospitals, man. You know.
And there's a communication that goes on in the hospitals that 99% of regular people have no idea. Soon as a child is born, there's a call made, say, there's another child born to put you into the system, put you to the That's why they don't want you to have a baby that's not in the hospital. If you do a home birth, they really don't want you doing a home birth unless it's all tied into them, because then they can't.
And I think they put some sort of paperwork connection to it. Right. Contractual law. You gotta remember everything in Babylon is contractual law, man.
Right. Hey, okay. So
this is Psalms 140:1. A psalm of David. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, who which imagine mischiefs in their heart continually they gather together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a sword.
He said they gather mischief continually. That goes into that Proverbs, I believe, where it said they can't even go to sleep unless they come up with some new way to
fuck over you.
To come they lose sleep at night until they find another way to defraud you. Go ahead.
Continually they gather together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Selah. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man.
Read that over, man, and then pause after that. Selah. Go ahead.
They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their tongue, their lips. Selah.
Khan, that goes back to the garden. All right, that serpent in the garden was not a damn snake. It had legs.
Right.
And then he got thirsty slither. Oh, that was the wicked that spoke lies, man.
Right.
That's why the pause is right there. There's a deeper,
think about
revelation to it, man. Revelation 12 also says the old serpent called the devil, while talking about the Roman army. Esau Edom is the serpent that was in the garden, man.
That's right.
That's his line. That's what he starts with, right there.
Yep. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purposed to overthrow my going.
That's the bloody man. That's Cain, the murderer.
Yep.
Right. That's that, and that's very astute, because that's the through line. The Lord says, follow the precepts. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept. Follow the serpent precept. You'll find out who the fucking serpent is, and his mechanisms, and his traits, and his whole MO. Yep. And that's how we're supposed to know who he is today. If we're watching the Spirit of the Lord in these scriptures, and watch we're looking outside and seeing what we see today. Look at what one nation has not had part of our spoils. You will see every goddamn nation has had a part of our spoils. Who spearheaded? Esau fucking Edom.
Hey, the scriptures refer to Cain as the devil, for one. This is John 8:44. Ye are your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning.
And the first thing you have to do is go back to wherever the scriptures say who was the first fucking registered murderer from the beginning.
Yeah, that's right.
And it turned out to be fucking Esau in disguise, goddammit. All right, Cain and fucking Abel.
Blackface Esau.
Come on, blackface Esau, man. And that's why the Lord took his melanin. That's why the Lord took his melanin. All right? I've been meditating on the scripture.
Imagine about living in a world with the sun.
Yes.
And you have no protection from it.
Come on, brother.
That's a hell of a curse,
man. But that's the proof.
Right?
That's the proof that they're the goddamn devil. Because the Lord said he took his fucking melanin, man.
Like a fucking vampire.
It was crazy.
Out in the shadows.
He made him go to the shadows.
Speaking from the cave door, but don't want to go out in the sun.
What's crazy about it? They did the UV light and watched people put. I was watching a video.
I saw that.
And the sunscreen
makes them dark.
It put melanin, make them dark.
Yeah.
So it was make it look black. I'm like, damn, that shit deep. That shit fucked me up. So
but us to be straight.
Go to show you that there is no benefit at all to
of being an Edomite.
it is no benefit to it in any way whatsoever. physically.
Aaron said it was like being half dead.
That's right. Ashawah.
She'd be like one that's born half dead.
Yeah. That shit crazy.
That's right.
It says, in the bold, not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. This is Esau Edom. He the father of lies. He got a script.
Read out,
trying to bring
I
this
won't
out.
say it, but yeah, emergency.
Bring it out, brother.
Micah 6 and 12. This ties everything into one. The rich man, the violence, the blood. This is Micah 6 and 12. For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouths. This is Esau in totality, man. Violent, speaking with a forked tongue.
Yeah. Right? Truth breaker, covenant breaker.
Right.
This dude is not honorable, man.
Right, brother. 500 plus treaties were made with the Gadites, and they broke every one of them.
You ain't get America by a fair fight, nigga. It wasn't a fair fight. You know, I mean, the Lord gave it to you, of course, but your tactics was treacherous.
He gave it to him how the Lord said he was gonna get it.
Murderous and treacherous.
A sword. Ruled by the sword.
He used tactics. No, I did a lesson on that that prime America Prime Evil series, and it focused on the extermination of Gad out west in the Plains states by specifically the Mormons, but you know the other Christians did it too, because I actually did a lesson years ago about the same thing that happened with some Christians in Colorado, but this one was I think these were in the plains of Utah, that whole area when they were fighting the Pawnee and the Shoshone and the Shoshone, but it just goes to show you the hypocrisy of Christianism, of Catholicism, all right, of Mormonism, of Judaism, all right, all those isms, the hypocrisy of them, because the Mormons write in their own book that they know that the natives are Israelites. All right, they tell you in the Book of Mormon that they became dark because they were evil. And that was a curse but they were going to be that curse is going to be removed from them one day. No, well, yeah, when you start lighting them up and started calling white people natives, all right. But the point is though is that they were aware that these people were Israelites, and they continued to murder, rape, to basically Micah 2 and 1 them. All right, that's what they did, right? And they were very well aware.
No, I was gonna say, even him coming to the woman, which when the serpent came to the woman in the garden, she made that pact. What ended up happening later? Eve ended up birthing that nigga. She ended up birthing Cain, the fucking devil, man. What ended up happening? The same shit. He came back to the woman. So let it show you that Eve is part of that bullshit because she made that pact back then and still in that cahoots to this day, man.
Yeah, she's in. And here's the flip side of that coin is that Esau's starting to reject her ass. Right? To this point, Esau don't even really want to afford bed rent anymore. Maybe low level Edomites, you know, they still want to get their ghetto gag on. But the point is that the majority, what they don't realize is that the average white man, you know, a pale man, Edomite male, that's they look at them as that and nothing else. All right, they're right. You gonna like man, you gonna be the ghetto gagger for me and my homies.
Well, Esau is now saying fuck Eve too. He's only dealing with the upper echelon now. This is now everybody's resorting to their kind. If you're not of elite, you're not gonna be part of the elite. If you're part of one of them, you're part of one of them. Everybody, the dividing lines.
Egyptian versus Egyptian.
Yeah, Egyptian versus Egyptian.
That's why these broke ass Edomites are talking about us and we. All of a sudden, talking to Jake, like, we got to stand together. Now all of a sudden, you brother, right? But this is right. Brother, this is Micah 2 and 1, and it reads, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, and that's the Edomite family, right? From which ye shall not remove your necks. Perfect. Neither shall you go haughtily, for the time is evil. And the water Yahweh. I mean, you know, it was some jakes that got caught up in them fires in LA, but the majority of the people that lost their homes were Edomites and many well-to-do. That's how you know Hollywood is done.
Right.
Did everybody see the video of James Woods crying? He was laughing about the Palestinian genocide, but he was crying about his house though.
And a lot of them got their policies canceled.
They had no insurance. What was the last blockbuster hit James Woods been in?
I don't remember.
So you know, yeah.
So
anyway, it said, let me finish it, brother. It says, and in that day one shall take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation and say, we be utterly spoiled. And that's what these Edomites are saying now. All right. He hath changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away, he have divided our fields, man. So they divided up all our shit, our fields, changed the names of shit, moved in, took the better parts, pushed you off on the reservation, pushed you off into the ghetto, all right, and lived deliciously off of our pain and suffering, man. All right. And then, and to add insult to more injury, he created laws that kept us under his boot, under subjection, man. And murdered us freely and then counted himself not guilty. Somebody get that real quick in Zechariah.
Feed you poison.
Right. Broke up your family.
Your grocery store is fucking 5 miles away. Ain't no fucking food. It's all
food deserts. Yep.
You got fucking taffy grapes and grapes with caramel and on it. That shit. Sharks on every other corner. I love
hot Cheetos and shit.
I'll eat them. My wife eats them. I'll be looking at her funny.
Jake think that acidic.
I eat one, and that's it.
You sound like me.
Jake eat takeout think that shit normal.
Yeah, you know you got Chinese food, and then you got things when you go into Ishmael and the sharks, right? Ishmael don't eat that shit.
No, he do not.
Ishmael, you go west to past Cicero. Hey, they be packed in them motherfucking shawarma spots, man.
Hey, up north, it's one I go to on Foster. I go up there all the time, man. It's a Lebanese spot, man. That shit is, man. It's a spot on Foster, man. Matter of fact, that's what I tried to take y'all after that when we were leaving, you know, the dojo, and when it was closed, because it, you know. But yeah, because normally I'm like, damn, Ishmael will close. They never close on. But yeah, it's a spot up there, man. And that food and the main people that eat in that spot, when I go in there, be Edomites. It be Edomites. It be Ishmael coming there and eat too, because it's two. It's one across the street. Sometimes I go to them too, but they're a little bit more expensive. But they're Palestinian. But the Lebanese spot, man, they woo-wee. And it's cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, I was going when I first. It's a spot I go to by my job. He said, "Yeah, you can eat this. You can eat this all day because it's healthy.
It's healthy."
He said, "Our food is not. We make everything in house. The pita, everything. He said, you can eat this as much as you want. It's healthy.
They make that roti.
Yeah,
real thin bread like
pizza. They say
roti.
That's it. You know, you get me, and they take care of me. You know, they make it. Even if I DoorDash, they know it's me. You know, and they make it how I like to eat.
Hey Benji, did you remember the joint where the Arab joint where they had the corned beef that was you got for Yak, but that one joint, that Arab joint, he'll know, he remember. But they got the whole lamb. They got a whole lamb already skinned and everything, just still them hooks. Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
What street that is?
They'll have those Arabs, like I remember going up top, and then the apostle was like, man, if you really want some good food, go to the East Indian joints, go to their halal stores with normally their people go to only because they'll bring in stuff overseas.
Yeah,
that's not convoluted like American shit is convoluted.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I go to this spot on Foster, man, for that very reason, because they're bringing in food because some of their own people coming there, and so they sit down and they eat their own food. Yeah. They sit down and eat. That's how you know it. I've never seen any Elamite, any Ishmaelite sit down the sharks and eat their own food. Never. Because they even the chicken, because they frying the chicken in the same thing they fry the catfish and the shrimp in, and they don't eat that shit.
No, they got a bag of rice from their wife that they cooked at home. You know what I'm saying? Rice and the Mediterranean stuff that they cook. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that at for their lunch
while they at work
with a bunch of food.
Hey, it was crazy.
Right
here on 111, it's a grocery store. I went in that bitch. I got pissed off. I said, man, ain't y'all motherfucking Ishmael in here? Y'all selling pork, all type of shit in this. I went off. But right here, up the street, this shit was crazy. I'm like, man, this
because they know who you are. They're part of that crafty council, man. So Ishmael he gonna wear that ass whooping too for that day.
It's a halal spot, right? Like real far, like a little past Harlem. And you see them eating their own food.
Because that's basically where Ishmael lives.
That's where they at. And they eat their own fucking.
The South Side was anyway.
Yeah.
That's mostly what.
That's why we go to Baba Saj over there. We go to Baba Saj. There's a couple different spots because there's nothing but it's Ishmael over the entry point. So you know that they're feeding better because it's still fucked up. The Lord said you don't eat your bread defiled. I don't give a fuck where you are. The shit defiled versus what it would be if the Lord was ruling. Because the shit with the chemtrails, all the shit comes down to the ground. I don't care. I grow organic in the backyard, but as soon as the rain comes on it, it's already defiled.
Yeah, I just watched a video where they put a camera on Pringles. Brothers don't eat Pringles.
Damn.
I never liked those.
Man, it's no potatoes in Pringles at all. And it's no potato in it at all. And they put it under the microscope. And ain't nothing but shit. Everything on it is fucking alive, man. They were scraping the bugs off and then just put that.
You think you're seasoning? That ain't ranch.
Man, so yeah, don't fuck with the Pringles, man. You be eating fucking bugs the whole time, man.
Yeah, Pringles ain't good. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to my flavor hot Doritos.
Bring it out, brother.
I had the scripture you called for. This is Zechariah 11:4. Thus said the Lord, by power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Right.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
The water, brother, and the shepherds of our own, because many of our shepherds, sell out. A lot of them today, there will be the majority of them 501c3 and them it's Yisrael. Anytime you see Yisrael, right? And then them J brews, those ones who are so ignorantly think that there's two sets of white people. They're tweaking, man. Right? The Japhet is right. So all the other white people is Japhet. And only the fake Jews is Edom.
You get a
that's what they believe, man. And that's complete. It's complete madness. It's not backed up by the scriptures, man. And all over the whole Gomer thing, and Gomer's not in this land anymore. All right.
Just like the Egyptians not in their land.
Exactly.
What might y'all get?
I don't understand what's the difficulty. The land of Egypt is full of Arabs and Edomites.
When you look at the pottery of ancient Manoah,
come on, bro.
All right, ancient Greece, those were dark-skinned Japhites.
Yeah.
All right, weird ass pottery, black as hell. That's your Samoans.
Long ass hair. Yeah.
Picts. That's they were later called the Picts because what did all them Samoans and Hawaiians do? They cover themselves in all them crazy tattoos, man.
The Maoris, the Maori niggas.
Tonga.
All that shit,
Tongans, yeah. Exactly, man. It's just I don't understand why it's so difficult to understand that because what they do is they prescribe to Edomite superiority, which is all complete and total lies.
Yeah.
And they don't acknowledge they don't acknowledge migrations. They don't acknowledge migration patterns in history. All right. They simply don't. you know, and that Japhet was driven out of his land by Alexander, all right? And that's historical accounted. The most important one is the one in the Bible. But then you also have secular history within encyclopedias, Britannica, and things of that nature that line up with exactly what the Apocrypha tells you.
Yeah, even in Greece, if you go to Greece right now, you'll see Edom, you'll see of course Jacob stuff, but what I mean is you'll see the Edomite Greeks, and then you will see these darker skinned Greeks.
The original.
You will see, you will still see that today. You're like, well, what the fuck are these?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What type of Greek are you? Well, that's
Exactly.
that's more like a real Grecian. A real Greek.
They be drawing their hair like their hair is today too.
Yeah.
Long silky.
You know?
Yeah, let me see it, Capo.
Oh, I had some even better ones.
Yeah, I know. I was going through the list. It's a ton. If you go into those, especially after Pompeii and all that, you get a whole bunch of pictures of the Minoans before they were pushed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see them. And that's why Esau wants to get rid of the artifacts. That's why they break off the noses. That's why they break off the lips.
Well, that's what ISIS does.
Yeah.
Anytime ISIS conquers and destroys another one of those Western Asian nations, like what they're doing in Libya, what they did in Iraq, and all those places, they go into the museums and they destroy the artifacts because the artifacts show you show you the artifacts of the time period of Greece and Rome, and it's showing you people that lived in different parts of Eurasia that was conquered in different parts. You know, it's showing you that they were people of color. All right, and that's the issue. So ISIS, you know, the Israeli secret intelligence service, you know, because that's what the Israeli dude said it from the Mossad. That's what he called it. But you know, so you got these Israelis that dress up like Ishmael, like Arabs, you know, with big beards. They grow their beards out and wear the rags and all that stuff, and people just assume that they're Ishmael and they're not. Right, and then they go and they try to destroy the evidence, and that's what they do. And I've actually seen images of them destroying artifacts from you know. And who goes into a museum and destroys shit? People go in the museum to take shit. It's worth millions. It's worth money.
It's a movie,
you know.
It's a movie based on I think it was World War I, where they was going and taking all of the pictures and stuff, and they were stealing them for the.
I mean, there's a comedy special with a comedy special with Richard Pryor. Yeah, when he went inside and they just locked his ass inside.
Well, the rush. I have some images. The brother over in Ricard Kwan, the brother over in the London camp, he brought out this video, and I took, you know, screenshots of it. It was just so heavy, man. But it was screenshots of Jewish Russian soldiers leaving that were destroying churches that were full of dark images of the Lord, you know, that went back to the 13th century, the 12th century. And all these. So you saw these Jewish soldiers walking out with 7 candle menorahs. It's not 9. It doesn't say in the midst of the 9 candlesticks. It says in the midst of the 7 candlesticks. So when you see people like Vocab Malone putting up videos with Hebrews and a 9, you know, a 9-stick menorah, that you already know that's some Asian activity. All right. But getting back to the video, in that video, Deuteronomy 33:29. But in that video, it showed all these Jewish Russian soldiers leaving out of these churches, carrying all these artifacts of a black Madonna, a black, you know, Yahushai, you know, which, you know, for brown, dark, complected images of saints and stuff. So why is that? They were trying to, but guess what? They weren't destroying. They were taking that shit because they know that it's going to be worth money. So a lot of these artifacts, like the ones that Putin brought out, you know, when he opened up them vaults, a lot of these wealthy people are sitting on that shit. They hold that shit, man. So they're very well aware, man.
Did you want to play some of the videos you have?
We kind of talked about it. We didn't really need to play it. Bible shot, brother.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 29. It says, Happy art thou, O Israel. Who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord? The shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency? And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee,
and thou shalt tread upon their high places.
Now, you gotta understand, just speaking the truth is literally standing on the neck of Esau. He don't like it, man.
That's right.
You're just speaking the truth because we live in a society that is 100% built and based upon fraudulent history, lies, whitewashed history, right? And and I guess it's like a video that I did the other day where this Edomite said it. I wish I could find it. It might have been on TikTok, and but nevertheless, he said that the reason why Edomites have such a hard time facing the truth, because what that means is they have to admit that their father was a racist liar, that their mother endorsed racist lies, that their grandmother and their grandfather, their aunts and uncles, that their teachers, that their pastors, the elders in their churches, they have to admit that they were lied to purposely, which is why they don't like critical race historical facts. I will not call it theory. You can't take a historical fact and then make it
dumb
theory.
it down.
You make it theory if it's taught in the school, because it's shameful to little Tommy's coming home ashamed of being white, which is some made up shit anyway. Because he's being told by his teachers and his classmates that his forefathers were colonizers. Well, they fucking were. All right. That's how that's why you live the way you live. All right. And then you have, and everything that you accuse people of color of is how white people got above. Nothing but subsidies from the government, loans and things, grants that they never had to pay back, homes, property, and land that was just given to them, opportunities that was just given to them, and while the people who worked and built the place up for fucking free, all right, were left out of that loop for forever, all the way up until about 1964. And then even when 1964 happened, they still weren't really a part of it. And then you get mad at something as simple as affirmative action, as if that makes a difference in 400 fucking years
of a head start.
Man, get the fuck out of here,
And
man.
to be honest, realistically speaking, the black counterpart is more qualified for the job any fucking way.
Yeah, right.
All right, and everybody fucking knows that. Niggas didn't get no bailouts in 2008.
Come on,
right.
All right, the big banks got the bailouts.
They didn't get fireman jobs either.
Right.
That was given to you crackers for generations, man.
That's right.
Yep.
Niggas don't receive billions every year like Israel, the state of Israel.
On the contrary, they was at some place in Africa trying to give billions to niggas in America. Yeah, Gaddafi, and America blocked it.
Yeah. Well, they killed them. Exactly.
Because they want the
Gaddafi do it?
They demonized. Matter of fact, it was said that Libya at that time was the best country to live in.
Yeah.
Hey,
You got free college, free education. If you got married, you got a house. You got you got a car. And they said if you wanted to go to school abroad to get an education, the government paid for it. They did that for their people, man.
Do the water pipeline.
And what was he trying to do? Gaddafi was trying to
convert.
They were trying to call him the king of Africa.
Right.
Because he was trying to take all the African nations and make their own currency.
And put up on the gold.
Basically, he was trying to be autonomous. He wasn't trying to be the T word. He wasn't trying to start no wars. He was trying to create autonomous wealth for Ishmael and Ham. That's what he was doing. And Esau blew a gasket. Right. He blew a gasket.
He's a terrorist.
Put his face on every news channel. And
smoked him.
Told the lie over and over again that he was a T, and then they murdered his family, murdered him in the most fucked up way, murdered his sons.
Right, his son. This was years ago, before I came into the truth. Yeah, his son was like, the Libyan people will never accept NATO. We'll never accept the Americans. He said the Libyan people are not a piece of cake. We are not a Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying?
Now where he at now?
Look at the truth.
when he said that?
Well, nevertheless, they killed him.
Wow, y'all.
I got a precept for what you said the other night.
Bring it out.
Rock 41:6. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Yeah, and that's why they hate what they call critical race theory. No, and I don't call it that. I call it critical race facts.
That's right.
Right, and you can't take factual history and make it theory because it makes little Tommy and little Bradford feel some kind of way, man.
Bernard.
All right.
Well, like you said, they don't want to be known as colonizers and teach their kids this, but it wasn't originally called the states. It was called the 13 colonies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Colonized it.
Yeah.
Well, it was, but the flip side of that coin, though, is the colonies was really set up by Moors in the beginning. Esau took it over. So, and those Moors were Jakes. That's why they were able to come over here. That's a whole other lesson right there. That's a deep historical lesson. But that's why Jake was able to come over here and get up with Gad and all that shit in the beginning, because they knew that they were the same people.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's a heavy lesson right there. All right, and then Esau came and took all that shit over.
Right.
That's the whole saying with what's his name? Because the first presidents was Baker.
Right.
And then what's his name? Washington saying, "I cannot lie. I chopped down the cherry tree." Yeah. And I didn't learn this until a couple years back. That the cherry tree was a symbol of the Moroccan flag or the Moorish flag, not the Moroccan flag.
Okay.
But that was a part. Yeah. So when he chopped down the cherry tree,
he chopped down them.
I chopped down them niggas. This our shit now. Wow. That's why Ben Franklin wrote that letter about how mad he was about the swarthy and tawniness of America.
Right.
We need to make America white. We need to make America pale like us. Wow. And he talked about the swarthiness of Europe. Europe is the rest of the world. It was swarthy and tawny outside of Britain and America. God. And he wanted to keep America white.
White.
All right.
Make it great.
Because a lot of them people, because that'll be a long end. Because a lot of those people, what you call, and even Apostle Tahars talked about this. The Huguenots. Okay. They were Huguenots.
Right.
And those were the Israelites that left Portugal and Spain. Okay. When they left Portugal, when they were taken out of power, the ones that didn't get sold into slavery, and the ones who were wealthy that stayed, that kept a little something, they scattered throughout Europe, and then they came to America and they started calling themselves the Huguenots because that dude Paul Revere, the famous story, you always see him as a white man.
Right.
Paul Revere was one of them Huguenots. Okay. So he wasn't white at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So once again,
all kinds of lies,
false, fake, fraudulent history,
right?
And how these people have elevated themselves, man. Yep. All right, and they're a bunch of fucking liars, man.
Right.
All right. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up. Any last scriptures? 2 Ezra 6, 27, 28. Bob the shot.
Second Ezra 15.
You said 6.
27. This is 2 Ezra 6:28. 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared."
And that's what's happening, man.
Preach.
I mean, everything that we said, we have been trampling upon their high places, because, like I said, when your whole mountain is a mountain of lies, truth is like a fire to ice. Eventually, that ice is gonna melt, man.
Right.
All right. Hey, so with that, you got one?
Yeah, I have this 2 Corinthians 10. I'm gonna start at 4, but the point is in 5. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High power of God, putting down strongholds,
right,
casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High power of God, and bringing it into captivity, every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. And that scripture go perfect with this, because it's taking them down, man. Everything is being exposed now. Ain't nothing hid no more. So now all of this shit that they tried to keep us enslaved under through this fucking
narrative,
hypocrisy,
right?
you know, now you seeing the truth. And you can't hide it no more.
There it
You can't
is,
sweep it under the rug.
Yeah,
Man.
so Esau gonna be singing that song. They see fire. That fire's coming, man. Hey, so with that, we're gonna give all praise, all honor and glory unto the
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash,
Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala, Abba Babal.
Turn those machines back on sale.